Today I'm going to show a little kit that I bought. It's called WHDTS 16 Sound Music Box Electronics DIY kit. Kits actually. Um, why am I showing this? Because the instructions aren't necessarily on here. They do encourage you to go ahead and scan this code, and that actually was a little helpful because that's when I figured out that you need to put this little tiny, let me see if I can zoom here, a little tiny capacitor between the second leg and then this point over here. And the other thing is that you need to solder this board, uh, or you do it like I did, where I actually did blobs of solder, and it's there. Unfortunately, sometimes you will find out that the masks they use isn't very good quality, and it will shorten up next to the one you soldering. And so I had a little hard time with that, but I finally did it because I already started it. So otherwise, I would have to just pull it out and then use wires. So I would recommend that you use the wires. Okay. Then the other thing is that where do you hook up the plus and the minus, right? And I was looking around, I couldn't figure it out, and I found out this little where it says plus minus, and I soldered it from the bottom, so it's basically right next to this transistor, okay? And then I feed it 5 volts, and here, let me turn it on. I'm going to bring it to the microphone so you can hear it better. And basically, it has 16 recorded sounds. Now you're gonna let me just shut this off. Uh, you're gonna kind of ask a question: where is it recorded at? It's definitely not at these two chips. But if you see, there's this little tiny dot, black, very black, dull dot. Underneath is actually all the brain and probably even the saved waveforms. And then the waveforms are turned into a sound. So it's really, really simple. And then you can control these switches as on and off, up or down, if I do it this way. And so you can have this combination and get different sound. If you flip this one on, it's different sound and so on and so forth. So the combination, you can have these two on and or all of them on, and or this one on and this one on, and you get different sounds. So there's 16 different combinations, and uh, you could possibly, if you wanted to make it loud, you could possibly, instead of hooking up this little buzzer, you can hook it up to an amplifier, and they're pretty cheap, and then add a speaker, and it's going to be mono, but those sounds are kind of a cool. So anyway, hopefully I was able to help you somewhat. So this is how it looks like assembled. Pay attention to the resistors. Uh, there aren't any left after you are done. So if you have some parts left, then you didn't do something right. And underneath the socket for the chip, these two chips are not identical. They're in the same family, but they are not the same. So make sure that you, under microscope or under a very good and larger uh, glass, you put the right chips into this position. Also, these chips have a little dot, and the dot goes this direction here. And the other thing you can tell is there is this little kind of like a half moon dot. And on the motherboard on this PCB, it actually shows you that it goes this direction. So it's going to go away from the buzzer or the speaker. In this case, I don't know. Let's call it speaker, but anyway. So and then on the back, this is what basically if you go to this PDF manual, one of the pictures you're going to get is this. Okay. Otherwise, you get the schema, and you can basically uh, go through these things so you can kind of visualize how does it work. But as I said, it's an a it's a pretty simple device, and just about anybody can solder it if as long as you have a soldering iron and a snip off, so you can snip the long legs out after you solder it, and then you're gonna get one of these little boards. Well, you have a fantastic day. Give me thumbs up and spread the news. Okay, bye bye.